What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Let's get to the first team defense. This is already the side of the ball where, remember last week, Ben Kirk said he thinks the Saints are going to be the worst team in the NFL. And we said, well, that's patently absurd because you can't be the worst team in the NFL if you have a top 10 defense, which the Saints will have, maybe borderline top 5. I thought they looked great. Brock Purdy, even though, look, Purdy is so calm and cool and collected under pressure. He's got that thing where he knows how to push it to the very edge, but still not really get hit. But he looked a little frazzled out there, never really able to establish a rhythm, secondary holding coverage for a long time, pressure getting to him. For me, biggest single defensive takeaway, Chase Young just looks like a freaking monster out there, dude. Constantly flashing on film. He's so big, so strong. He looks so fast right now. Taylor, you said it when we were talking about it in the commercial break, but he looks as if it may be, he may be even better than what we were hoping for. He really may be. I hope that, he stays healthy and he can fulfill the massive potential he flashed last night.
I think he will. I think he understands where he's at in his career. I feel like he, had a surgery, probably feels healthy for the first time in a long time. Don't know how long he was dealing with the neck injury he had. And again, we have to remind ourselves, this is the number 2 overall pick in a very deep draft class that has played well at times when healthy in the NFL. When he hasn't played well, a lot of times he's been banged up. And so this is the talent of a number 2 overall pick that knows he's on a prove-it year, that feels like he's healthy and has an opportunity to cash in off what he does. He's still very young.
Yeah,
he's got
young.
plenty of time
very
left in
young.
the NFL. This isn't like a 32-year-old that's trying to get maybe one more contract. He's going to get a nice long-term deal if he keeps playing like he's playing. So, and you can feel that when you're watching him.
And 99 looks really cool on him. I would love, if he ever did sign long-term with the Saints, you'd have to think very hard about getting a Chase Young jersey. That would be one of the tighter jerseys out there. I thought the secondary was wonderful, as of course it is, right? The opening drive, Lante Taylor comes up, gets the big TFL. Then Brian Brzee with great pressure on 3rd and 12 to get off the field. So Brzee's pass rush remains very well. I don't know. I don't have. Do we have an update on Cooley McKinstry?
It's supposed to be minor, is what they said. They didn't give a specific update.
Anthony Orji played well.
He's got really well.
That's now 2 games in a row that he has flashed. But overall, I hate that. I'll say this. How do we feel about? Because again, with the ones, it feels all very positive.
Orji, by the way, graded out the highest Saints defender and not close.
Oh, wow. What do you have?
87.3.
Damn, that's so hard to do.
Chase
on
Young
PFF.
was 2, 79.7.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's
to give you an idea of how well he played.
It's hard to get it. It's really hard to get into the 80s.
It is.
In the PFF grade
79
system.
is super solid.
Damn. Okay, so Anthony Orji really taking advantage of the reps that he's getting here. What are the... Okay, so the ones, everything's very positive, right? They look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Turner, how do we feel about him? He had the one moment where he had a good pass rush finally, but then he couldn't get there, right? He got there, but then he couldn't complete the play. Josh Dobbs remains a Saints killer. I don't know what it is, dude. The Saints just cannot play against Josh Dobbs. And Isaiah Foskey did nothing.
He was a guy.
Yeah.
He was just a guy out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. He had one play, but the rest of it, it's where's he at? He was Houdini out there.
Yeah.
And that's not good when you're a first-round pick trying to prove yourself, trying to show that you have some value, because you have the luxury of being a first-round pick. So you're going to get every opportunity to go out there until your contract runs out. Okay? If Payton Turner was anything other than a 1, he wouldn't be on this team anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just the way it is. You got to be available. The best ability is availability, the old saying, okay? Well, he hasn't been. And then when he plays, there's been flashes, but not enough to secure his spot. And then you go over to Isaiah Foskey. He might have been the worst defensive player on the field for the Saints last night.
How do you grade out? Is that do you know?
39.4.
Oh, good.
Sorry,
God.
I apologize. He was the second lowest rated Saints defender of the entire team. First, second, third team. He is a 39.4, and he played 45 snaps. He rushed the passer,
they're trying to play him
which
up.
is supposed to be the thing that he was a second-round pick for, getting after the quarterback. He had 31 of his 45 reps as a pass rusher and graded out 39.4.
It's disappointing, especially too, Jake, because this is not a project pick.
No.
A la Davenport or Turner, right? Like, this is one that I could have, that if I was going by the very layman things that I say every draft, like, I would have thought this was a good pick, right? A guy who played super high level football at Notre Dame. He was very productive. You didn't draft him just because of his relative athletic score. No, like, he had really good film out there. And sometimes this happens, man. For whatever reason, none of it has translated to the NFL.
It did feel like at the time, smartest guy in the room pick, though, because I remember covering the draft in Kansas City, and when they selected him, like, everybody that was doing the show, it was kind of like, oh, there? Second round?
There you go.
I forget which edge rusher was still available, but there was one that I think's actually turned into a pretty good pro. And so, yeah, I agree with you as far as, like, ready to go, play for Notre Dame. You thought he was going to be solid, didn't know what the ceiling was, but there hasn't been a flash of him being a pro football player. Not one. And that's troublesome. Like, special teams either.
Yeah. No, I know. I don't think it's...
Like, you would think on special teams, T, like, okay, all right, he's not going to give us anything on defense, but you know what? He is going to be a core 4 type special teams guy. On punt return, he's going to be on the end. He's going to block 3 punts in his career. You hadn't seen any of that.
No, it's not. It's just not. You're getting into give up time, unfortunately, with Isaiah Foskey, because again, a lot of reps in these first preseason games, 40 plus snaps.
I mean, one of the highest
games.
Snap totals. That you had 2 players with 46, 2 corners, Wright and Payton. He was next. Isaiah Foskey was the 3rd most snaps on this team.
What's the Pittsburgh State corner's name? Coming from Division II to the NFL. I liked watching him last night. They kept attacking him, and he was holding it down, and which I always wonder about what it's like to be in that body, to be in that head where you go from playing Division II college football to now you're playing the highest level of football in the world, and you're doing well. Like Rico Payton.
Yeah, Rico Payton.
What did Rico Payton grade out at?
60.
Okay. So, okay. But had big moments, big PBU moments.
I thought the other corner, Wright, who was in there with him, he actually led the team in snaps. I think he's an Oregon State guy. I thought he played well. He was a draft pick. He was a draft pick of maybe Carolina, I think, last year. And then on the Saints team this year, I thought he played really well. Again, he led the team in snaps. 81, yep.
It's Gavin says B.J. Ojolari was the pick after Isaiah Foskey. What is B.J. Ojolari?
He tore his ACL in camp.
Okay. Did last year?
This year.
No, this year.
I think he had 4.5 or 5 sacks
he wasn't bad
year.
as a rookie.
Oh, he had 4.5 or 5. That's pretty damn good for a rookie,
Yeah.
dude. That ain't nothing, dude. Oh, that sucks for BJ, man.
He tore it super early. In
40 tackles, 4 sacks as a rookie with the Cardinals.
Okay. Pretty good there. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the 2 guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.